And today I am sitting with Karen. Hi, Karen. How are you?
Hi, Jess. How are you?
Excellent. So I'm really glad to have you here today. So Karen has actually been a client of our Ormond Beach location since 2018. I just learned. So today we're just going to hear a little bit about her journey, how she found BeBalanced. She just went through our gut restoration program. So just want to hear a little bit about that. So Karen, why don't you just tell us sort of before BeBalanced, what were you experiencing? What did you try? How did you find us? How did that all transpire?
Well, before Be Balanced, I tried everything. I have been every size in the book, and I got to my highest weight was 307, and I was like, I have to do something. I was desperate, and I was scrolling Facebook, and a lady that I don't know how she ended up on my Facebook. I don't know if it was a Be Balanced ad or her, but somehow a lady that was local mentioned something about Be Balanced. So I private messaged her and she was like, oh, they're great. You need to go down there. So when I called, and usually, like, if I go to the doctor, I go, you're not weighing me. I'll tell you what I weigh. And then I always lie. I never tell the truth. And I don't lie about anything but that. Um, so when I walked in at the time, there was a girl that worked there, Katie, and she was my original coach. And I just word vomited my whole entire life to her in like the first 10 minutes. Like, why she didn't just kick me out, I have no idea. So I started with her, and obviously I knew Stella because she was always in the office, but Katie was my coach in the beginning. So I started January 29th of 2018, and by December I had lost 110 pounds.
That's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. But I think a lot of it is the program, but I think the majority is you have to have your headspace right. And if you're not in the right headspace, or you're trying to do it for this, that, or the other thing, it's got to be for you, and it's got to be what you want. And I have grandchildren, and I'm like, I want to live for them. Our baby son hadn't gotten married or had a baby. I'm like, I want to see him succeed in life. And I'm like halfway to my 600-pound life, and it's just not going to work. So I followed the plan religiously. I said, my anniversary's coming up. I always get strawberry shortcake from Bonefish. How do we fit this in? I'm in the middle of a plan, in the middle of my 28 days, and you're not supposed to have it, but I'm going to have it. And how do we do it? And I would plan any cheat out for like a month in advance and be very prepared for it. So I lost the weight. I did. I was still unhappy because with that amount of weight loss, you have a lot of skin. And I kept thinking, I'm still fat. I'm still fat. And your head has to get the fat girl out of the mirror, and you have to see yourself for who you really are now. So I had some skin removal surgery, and then gained some weight back. And let me digress a minute. My husband, after I started losing weight, he went on it with me. He lost 40 pounds. So
Wow.
and it was much easier doing it with him because when I'm on it by myself, I have my little chicken and my broccoli, and he has his big plate of pasta. So easier doing it with him than without. But I said, let me lose some weight first, because men typically lose fast and furious. And I was like, if you start losing weight and I'm not, I'm going to be mad. And I understand from Be Balanced, stress is really bad for trying to lose weight. And so I had put some weight back on, and I said nothing. I went, and everybody in my town went on the shot. They're all on Ozempic. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me go get the shot and get like a little oomph on the thing. Well, I'm like, I'm barely eating, and I'm not losing any weight. And I'm like, I'm under 800 calories a day. But their rule is stay under 800 calories. And I go, okay, well, I see people posting pictures of like ice cream and cookies, and they're getting the shot. And the guy I was seeing was like, if you stay under the 800 calories, that's all that matters. If it's 800 calories and it's a cookie and a milkshake, as long as you're under the eight. And I go, yeah, but I'm eating good stuff and I'm under the 800. And I'm like, okay, so I'm still not losing weight. So I went back to Stella, and I'm like, I don't know what's the matter. I'm getting the shot. I'm under the calories. Well, I've learned my body likes clean calories. It doesn't like chicken and wild rice soup. It likes a salad with grilled chicken on it. So for my body, 800 calories matters what is in the 800 calories. I can't be the cookie and milkshake and eat nothing else and lose weight. I have to have very clean calories for my body. I don't know how other women's bodies react, but that's what I have to have. So then I got at a stalled spot and she goes, let's try the gut renew. She goes, you've been on BeBalanced off and on since 2018. Let's try the gut renew. I lost 20 pounds on
Wow.
my gut renew. And I'm like, that was in my 28 days. And I'm like,
Wow.
God. So I was like, okay, my body responded. I don't want to get the shot, lose the weight, and then get off the shot and gain the weight. So if you don't learn how to eat right and do the right things for your body, and where Stella has me now is I am learning to love the foods that love my body. And I can tell you that espresso martinis do not love my body, but that's great for another day. So I went through the gut renew, lost the extra weight that I had gained. And I was like, phew, I think I finally got all of this. Well, then my mother passed away. It was in August, August 13th. And then we inherited my father who had health issues. And then he died on Christmas Day. When my mom died, I said, I know what's right and what's wrong, but I'm drinking a lot. I don't really give a crap. I miss my mom. So I was eating things that I know I'm not supposed to eat, but I did not care. And always in the back of my mind, I was like, BeBalanced is so easy to lose weight. I'll gain it, go back on BeBalanced and lose it. And I know that that's bad thinking. You have to learn how to navigate stressors and depression and all the things that happen in our life on a regular day-to-day basis and not go, well, I'll just gain my weight and then go lose it again, because that's not healthy either. So I went back to Stella after my father passed away, and I said, okay, I've gained 30 pounds from when my mom died and then my dad, and of course it was through the holidays, and so I went, and then like a week into it, I said, Stella, I'm wasting my money because my headspace isn't right. I'm still like, I come home, put a little Bailey's in my coffee or get a piece of cheese, whatever makes me feel happy or what you think is happy. And so she's like, let's just go off of it for a little bit, talked about getting counseling for grief. And she's like, because there's really, if you're not going to follow the plan, you're not going to lose the weight. And then you're going to think the plan doesn't work. And I said, no, I know for a fact the plan works. Nothing works if you don't do the plan. But the thing that I like about BeBalanced, that I've always liked about BeBalanced, is it's food I buy from Publix. And I learn how to eat. I'm not eating a prepackaged meal that once I have to go to Publix, now I've lost my weight, now I go to Publix and eat. I haven't learned how to do anything for myself. So I like that it's always been go to Publix, get this. And so I think sometimes we have to retrain our mind to what we've been accustomed to all of our lives. So when I went through my stuff, I just finished my 28 days. I was almost finished with it, of another cycle of the weight loss. And I saw where I was stalling out. So she goes, you know what? Let's try the gut renew on you again, because it really works well for you. And you really pay attention more on the gut renew than you do when you're on the weight loss at this particular point in my life. So I just started the gut renew Monday. And this morning I was down 1.8 pounds. All together from start to finish, I've lost 130 pounds. And I have just a couple more pounds to go to get back to my lowest.
Just another question, because I know we talked a lot about weight. Did you experience any other, were you having any other symptoms?
You saw me take my sweater off, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I am seriously hot. And in the office, I'm like, oh my God, it's so freaking hot in here. Can we turn the air down? Now I'm like, I have a heater on right now. I live in Florida. I don't know where you're at. I'm in Florida. It's about 88 degrees out. My heater is on. I have a desk heater and it is on. I walk around the office all day going, it is so freaking cold in here. All the girls in the office are like, who are you? but my feet don't hurt. My shoulder, I used to have the worst right shoulder pain. I have that no more. So a lot of fatigue has been gone. I've always slept like a log. It doesn't matter, stressed, not stressed. When it's time to go to bed, I have no problems falling asleep. I have no problem staying asleep, but I don't sweat in the night. I'm constantly cold. And I think Stella said my pituitary gland is working again.
I love hearing that. So just tell me in general, like how, this whole program has like impacted your life and your relationships.
Well, the one thing that I like about the program is I have been to doctors before, and I think sometimes specifically for overweight people, they tend to think that, and I'm not saying all doctors, I'm saying some of the ones that I've had contact with. I think when you're overweight, they tend to think that you just sit and eat Snicker bars all day, and they don't want to hunt and find, could there be another problem? Could there be another issue? Um, when I walked in to Be Balanced, there's no judgment. There's no judgment. And they're like, let's get to the core of what's going on. So they are more, I felt more concerned with what is going on. And then when you have an off day and you come in and they're like, oh, you gained 2 pounds from the last time. Let's look at your journal. What's been going on? I don't feel like, oh my God, I want to go in and lie to them, because I don't want to be blasted because, oh my God, I gained 2 pounds. And so I think it's a safe place to go. And especially if you're overweight, it's a safe place to go and not feel judged and feel like you really do have somebody in your corner that is rooting for you and that won't just write you off as she just eats too much. They're like, let's find out, what are you eating? What can I do to help you? Now, my husband, he's the double-edged sword, I guess, because if I weigh 300 or I weigh 180, he loves me no matter what. So it's really hard. I mean, thank God, because if he was mean to me, I'd hit him. But it's just he loves me no matter what. But I think as far as like my relationships with other people, I feel more confident. When we had our company party with, like 100 agents or better, I was rocking a bikini on the pool deck. So at 58. So, I feel just more comfortable in my skin. I don't feel like if I am in a restaurant or something and I see another table laughing, I don't automatically go, they're saying something about me. They're talking about me. My husband's like, what? How? I go, that girl looked at me and now they're laughing. And I don't do that anymore because now I'm like, you should look like me.
I just appreciate you sharing your story with me. And I just want to congratulate you and say good
Yeah.
job. I mean, that is no small feat. I've done the program. I know, it takes some dedication.
Uh-huh.
Um, but it's worth it. And you're doing, you're putting your health first and giving yourself life back.
Yep.
Which is the best gift you can ever give to yourself.
Tell you this one little thing they said, what do you want out of this? I said, I want to be able to sit on an airplane and the seatbelt fits. Because my husband and I travel a lot. So the first time we flew after I started Be Balanced, I took a picture of the seatbelt and just texted it in to Stella and Katie because I was like, two of us could have sat in the seat and put the seatbelt on. So I'm like, what? And I wanted to be able to tuck in a shirt and wear a belt because I never tucked my shirt in. I always had it hanging, like tunic shirts. And so now I tuck all my shirts in, I wear a belt. I hate that I get cold because I have to put a sweater on and I'm like, no, I want to look like this. But yeah, so that was my goal, be able to fit, put the seatbelt on in an airplane, do them all.